Goblin Mavericks, Babbling Mavericks, Gabbing Mavericks, Talking Mavericks, cha-cha-cha. Hi guys.
Now we're back for another Final Four hockey game here. Who do you got this time, Ted?
UMass versus Minnesota-Duluth.
Yep. So now again, we did these games. Did this game before UMass actually had 4 players who were taken out, so you might see them in this game. We'll see how they would have done with these players had they been able to play. But it looks like due to COVID, their goalie and their best scorer and 2 other players were out.
Offside.
Yep. I'm not sure exactly of the other 2 players who were out, if they were both on there or one. I'm pretty sure at least 3 of the guys were in this game. I'm not sure about the 4th, because if it's a 4th line guy, I didn't get to play it. Or I didn't have them in there because the 4th lines, I just, it only gives me 3 lines.
So if you haven't watched our other Frozen 4 video yet, you should do that.
Yep, we won't tell you who won, just in case you watch this one second. Or first, I should say, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, big slap by Duluth there, trying to get on the board first. And here we come again.
Breakaway.
No. Here comes UMass, the Minutemen versus the Bulldogs here. So far, it looks like Duluth has kind of owned the time and the zone, but here comes UMass. And many of these players who are on Minnesota-Duluth have played in 2 consecutive NCAA championships. The seniors, obviously last year there was no NCAA championship, so they couldn't have played in that one. And they've actually won both of them, so we'll see what happens. Oh, penalty coming up on UMass. A cross-check. What do you think of that call?
It's a good call.
All right, there you go. So apparently Teddy was watching closely and agrees with the ref. You'll notice that they apparently are playing this game in Vancouver. Yeah, the person who did the logos for me last year couldn't quite have enough time to get all that stuff done, or couldn't quite figure it out. So it was really nice of him to do it. It was cool, and it didn't really affect the gameplay. So unlike the WCHA and the NCHC, if they're playing at home, as UMass would have been the higher ranked team here, they're considered the home team. Just like in our other video, Minnesota State was considered the home team, as they would have been the higher ranked team, both in the pairwise and just the regular rankings as well. So not a whole lot of scoring so far. In fact, you couldn't get less. Ooh, almost got it snuck in there. Yep. Ooh, big slapper from about 100 feet away. Ooh, nothing called on that one. Could have been something there. But here comes the Bulldogs. Ooh, nice little play there. Oh! Pretty good goalie matchup here. Unfortunately for the Minutemen, that goalie will not be playing in this one. Although it looked like the goalies had split time between them. So it shouldn't be the end of the world for the UMass goalie. It's not like where if Edquist for the Mavericks played, not that Edquist isn't a very good goalie, it's just that he hasn't played nearly as much as McKay. And with the UMass, up until it looked like about January, they both kind of split time quite a bit. And then apparently after January, the guy who's out there right now for them in this game, who will not get to play for the COVID reason, he's been there, and trying to think what his name is. It escapes me right offhand. You could look it up. You've got that information. Who is the goalie for UMass, Ted? Who is their best goalie? I know it starts with an L. I want to say Lindbergh, but that's not quite right.
Should I search the rosters?
Yep, just go UMass hockey roster. I think that would be the way to do it. Teddy's got his trusty iPad here to help us out. Unlike last year where I printed out every roster when we did the entire NCAA tournament.
You should watch that.
Yep, you can watch it. We do have it on our channel as well. You can relive all the fun stuff. We only played a few Maverick games this year. Kind of lost a lot of its luster when we were, not able to go watch it in person. We only did a few of them this year. It looks like we're going to have a 0-0 game at the end of the first.
Here it is, 20, 20 through 21 roster.
Yep, so let's take a look at some of the names here. So 12 shots by Minnesota-Duluth, and they own the attack zone by almost a minute. So Philip Lindbergh, it was Lindbergh, okay. So that's their big-time guy. Matt Murray is going to be their starter because he was a man who got somehow the COVID. And then there's also a few other guys here for UMass who will not be playing in the regular game. So if you're wondering, a UMass fan or Minnesota-Duluth, of how it may have looked with the UMass crew, this is what we got so far. So far, again, UMD doing a lot more shooting offside. So far, 9:01 left in the second.
Just so you know, that noise that you might have just heard, like a flashing noise, was me shutting my iPad off.
There you go. Inquiring minds want to know. So this game is going to, I think it's supposed to be taking place at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Central Time when they on Thursday. So the Mavericks game is at 4 o'clock. Mavericks St. Cloud State Husky game, and then of course the UMD and UMass game will be coming up at 8 o'clock, assuming of course no bunch of overtimes and stuff like that. Again, UMD just owning the zone here, but Lindbergh is standing up tall. Right over the net.
Right over the net.
Yep. So here's another one.
Slap shot.
Slapping shot from the Canuck logo. I'm sure Mark Michaelis would be enjoying watching this, as he's a former Maverick now playing for the Canucks.
You should play for the Wild because I'm a Wild fan.
That would be nice, but unfortunately, in the NHL, you kind of go with who you get, who picks you up or drafts you. In this case, who picks them up, because they're the ones who picked them up. Oh, coming around the corner. No, UMass coming through.
So far, there's no scoring, but when the scoring starts, I'm pretty sure the scoring really starts.
We shall see.
I've already seen this.
Well, aren't you just a cloud of joy? All right. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so 5:44 left. Here's defenseman coming down, but no, Duluth. Oh, why did you stop? Even with the line change, you could have kept going there, dude. All right.
Wait.
Uh-oh, he scores!
Score!
Lapina. Yep, Lapina from Waite. And Lapina might be one of the guys who is out, I think. So, in a real game, I believe he was one of the ones that I saw who were out. You could look that stuff up, Teddy. You got that information. Oh, you got offside. So if you go to...
So the person who just scored was Josh Lopina.
Yep. And he might be one of the people who got it. The Jesowitz, I'm not sure how you say his name. He was one I know for sure. And then there's another guy, I think it was Lapina, Jesowitz, and Lindbergh were the three for sure. And then there's another guy who I think, I'm not sure if he was on one of the top three lines or not. But, a hooking call on Nick Swaney for the Bulldogs here.
Hey, number 23 for the Mavericks used to be, who it used to be, his name's Nick.
Yeah, Nick Rivera, yeah.
And he also scored a big goal. He scored one that made the Mavericks win the WCHA championship.
Yep, 2019. Remember how you reacted to that when you saw it in person?
Uh-huh.
What'd you do?
I went down and pounded on the glass for the first time I've ever had that. Oh, and they had a big chance of scoring right there.
They did. Yeah, you were pounding on the glass, weren't you? You were so excited at the end of that game.
It was just a really good game.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa.
Oh, little funny business. Oh, there he goes in the goal. He doesn't count for anything, though.
Score! Just kidding. No score.
All right, so 3:07 left. Duluth with a big slapper off the top. Oh, somebody was there. It'd been like that St. Cloud State goal, wouldn't it? Where nobody knew where the puck was, and the defenseman just y'all shoot it.
They played against Boston University. Yep. I watched a video called 63 Goals in the I don't remember.
Okay.
But it didn't show all of them. Like when the Gophers beat Nebraska Omaha Mavericks.
Yeah.
7-2. They didn't show any of the Nebraska-Omaha Mavericks goals.
Really?
Yeah, they only showed Gophers goals.
Yeah, I suppose when you lose 7-2, you don't get a whole lot of highlights. I know their head coach seemed a little disappointed. Whoa! Oh, he goes in!
Goal! By number
Laguna.
17.
No, it may have been that guy.
No, not by number 17.
It's one of those two LA guys were the guys who couldn't play this time, but got to play in our version.
Philip Laguno scored.
Yep. Gunov, yep. So that's my guess would be how you say it. But yes, the Gophers were up by so much you would have thought they could have rested their guys because their coach afterwards sounded like he was upset that the Mavericks got a little more rest, although they had to go into overtime. So, well, just one of those things. If they're up by 7, they could have been resting all their good guys for the next game. All right, so we've got under a minute left here. Ooh, big check.
Do you think they would have counted it if like the goalie would have been behind the net because like someone interfered? I bet they would.
Yeah.
I bet they would have counted it because I don't think they do it.
No, maybe. 5 seconds left here in the second. I don't think there's gonna be anything going on here.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0 with fast clock.
All right, let's take a look at the stats here. After 2, UMD with a lot more shots, 22-10, but UMass had the 2 good goals.
So far, Josh Lapina and Philip Laguno, that's how I'm going to say it,
Okay.
have scored.
All right, there you go. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, lots of tripping, but no calls. Oh, offside. Yeah, there it is. Unfortunately, you know, when I made all these rosters, but I looked today and they seem to have mysteriously disappeared. So if we do have a championship game that we play through, oh, there's another one for UMass, Farmer from Lagunov. So
Lagunov has 2 points.
yep. But if we do play the championship game here, I will have to redo the rosters for the 2 teams, and I'll probably just take the last lines I played in the game before, so that should work out pretty
Ty
well.
Farmer scored.
All right.
And UMass now
I have a feeling if the Mavericks don't win, we're probably not going to be too excited to do a final game in real life, whether it happened or not in our fake life here. But we will see. But if the Mavericks win, I'd say there's a pretty good chance that I could make up the 2 rosters pretty quick and have a final countdown here before Saturday when they play. So obviously, even though I went to St. Cloud State for a whole summer, I'm not nearly as big a St. Cloud State fan as I am Minnesota State, because I went there for 4 years and then the grad years. So. But, you know, it's always neat to see either of your colleges in there. All right, here we got UMD trying to get back in this. Oh, offside. Did you see that?
Yep.
So what do you think on this face-off? Which are your favorite kind of face-offs? Do you like the center ice ones, the ones from right
Center
outside the
ice.
blue line? You think center ice is your favorite?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Probably just because the logo's there. I have
That's
no
pretty
idea.
cool.
Oh, they could have
Yep.
scored. Well, maybe.
Yep. Oh, look, here he comes. Do you think we're going to get another one here? Now, the one thing about Duluth this time is they do not have Hunter Shepard. You know who Hunter Shepard is?
No.
He was their goalie for all their championships so far.
That was pretty close.
Actually, the last 2 championships because they have won 3. So that might be a difference here. You know, obviously he was a great goalie as he kept winning national championships. So without him, it'll be interesting to see what it ends up going on here. And of course, they had the Hobie Baker winner, Prinovich, last year, who isn't with them anymore. So Duluth lost 2 great players. I mean, the Mavericks also lost a number of players. I believe UMass lost a few players to the pros as well. St. Cloud State wouldn't have been in the NCAA tournament unless they would have won the NCHC championship last year, which you never know, could have happened. At least it didn't look like it from the Pero eyes when they stopped it. So 3 minutes left, and here comes a great save. Duluth is just slap shotting them from the blue line. I guess hoping for a Shaq Diesel rebound, huh?
Yeah, I think that's what the computer likes to do.
Yeah, they do have they like that in the one-timers. That's kind of my style too. I like those one-timers. Oh, here they come. Oh, I guess when you're UMass right now, you're just kind of firing it as far as you can anyway, just to try to kill the clock, huh? Oh, well, here's Duluth again. Yep, right about that blue line slap shot. If somebody was there to rebound, they'd be in good shape. Even down by 3, unfortunately for Duluth here, they don't have the luxury of pulling the goalie in this this brand of hockey. Oh, offside. You can see that guy's on the ground. He's gonna have to wait till that guy gets
it's
up.
It's not an offside.
It would have been.
Yeah.
If he. All right, 30 seconds left. It looks like UMass is gonna win this one. Again, they got 3 or 4 players here on the ice that, on my version, that they will not have in actual life because of COVID. But if they had been, look at that. At least 2 of those guys, unfortunately for them, were out for COVID. That would be probably playing. Well, let's take a look at the stats at the end, Ted. Tell me what you think.
Ends with 3-0 UMass.
All right, so here Duluth 29 shots to 22. So it wasn't that they couldn't get enough shots. Even had enough power play minutes, just not enough to go in. Anything that stands out to you on the passing? I know you're my passing guru.
Whoa, 110.
Yeah, lots of passes, huh?
Yeah, all the temps.
So Duluth has Kate's had the most with 7 shots, but none of them went in. For Jigshaw there did all right. Lindbergh had a perfect game. Farmer with the goal, as well as Lagunov and Lopina. And let's see what we had. So really, it just came down to it, and it looks like they're the winner. We'll see you later.
Bye. A Boblin Mavericks production. I cannot listen to it.